You know, when you picture the world of mathematics, you probably imagine quiet libraries, maybe solitary figures wrestling with complex equations.
Right, chalkboards and intense concentration.
Exactly. But what if I told you there was a time when mathematical disagreements weren't just settled in journals, but in these intense, almost gladiatorial contests of intellect?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about mathematical duels. It's this largely forgotten chapter where mathematicians, well, they risked not just their reputations, but maybe their whole intellectual identity.
Yeah, it sounds dramatic, doesn't it?
It really does. Can you even imagine that kind of high-stakes mental combat today?
It's certainly a far cry from the collaborative landscape we often see now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And yet, as the historical accounts we've been looking at show, these duels were very real and incredibly influential, actually, in how mathematics developed over centuries.
Nice.
So in this deep dive, we're really digging into what some call the lost art of mathematical duels. We want to uncover this fascinating tradition and, why it eventually faded away.
Right. And for everyone listening, understanding this history, it's not just about, like, a quirky historical footnote.
Mhm.
It really gives you a whole new perspective on how mathematical knowledge actually evolved.
Mhm.
It highlights the intense personal investment, even the drama that sometimes fueled some of the most abstract concepts we have.
Absolutely. The human element behind the numbers.
So our mission today is to really unpack this forgotten world. We want to understand how these intellectual battles played out, what kind of impact they had on the mathematicians themselves and the field, and maybe even think about what we could learn from this kind of intense engagement today.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics. How did one of these duels actually, well, kick off?
Well, typically, as the historical accounts describe it, it began with a challenge. Pretty straightforward, right?
A challenge, okay.
Yeah. One mathematician, maybe believing they'd found something new or had a better technique, would propose a specific problem to another.
Ah, okay. Not just any problem, though.
No, exactly. This wasn't like a homework assignment. It was carefully crafted, often designed to specifically hit a perceived weakness in the opponent's methods, or maybe it required a totally new approach the challenger thought they had mastered.
Ah, so very strategic.
Very strategic. Think of it like an intellectual puzzle, custom made. Incredibly difficult, but, not impossible. It had to be solvable, at least in theory.
So it was a deliberate move, like throwing down an intellectual gauntlet.
Pretty much a formal invitation to a showdown, in a way.
And then what? Did they, meet up and start scribbling?
Well, yes, they started working, but the sources really emphasized the period of intense, often silent struggle that came next.
Silent struggle.
Yeah, imagine you're the one challenged. You're facing this problem that maybe calls your whole expertise into question. Months, sometimes even years could go by.
Years, wow.
Yeah, with each person working totally alone, but, and this is key, fueled by the knowledge that their rival was doing the exact same thing, battling the same problem.
Okay, so there's this shared but separate intense effort, like you said, a silent pressure cooker.
Exactly. It created this powerful dynamic, a relentless pressure to find the solution first, or find the better solution.
It's like two grandmasters playing chess by correspondence, but maybe without even seeing the board initially, just knowing the other's out there thinking paints a real picture of focus.
It does. Intense mental focus.
And what were the tools they were using? The weapons in these duels. Not physical, obviously.
Right. No swords involved. The text we look at called them metaphysical weapons, which is quite a term, don't you think?
Metaphysical weapons, I like that. So what does that mean, practically?
It means they're specialized methods, they're unique ways of seeing mathematical problems, their deepest cognitive strengths, really.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Well, someone with a deep grasp of algebra might use its symbolic power, right, to break down a complex problem.
Mm-hmm.
Another person, maybe gifted with geometric intuition, might visualize it in abstract spaces, seeing connections others miss.
Okay, different styles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or specialists in number theory could use, prime factorizations, modular arithmetic, while someone skilled in analysis might bring in infinite series, limits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Each mathematician brought their own unique intellectual toolkit to the fight.
So it wasn't just about who could crunch numbers faster or knew more formulas offhand.
Not at all.
It was about the creativity, the elegance of their thinking, the depth of their insight.
Precisely. The quality of the thought.
And how did they decide who actually won? It couldn't have just been opinion, could it? given it's math.
Absolutely not. That's the beauty of it, and the
Yeah.
sources are really clear here. Victory wasn't subjective. It wasn't about who had the bigger reputation or who argued better.
Okay, so what was it then?
It came down to producing an elegant, verifiable solution. A proof.
A proof, right.
Yeah, the objectivity of mathematics is crucial here. If you could present a clear, logical proof that held up under scrutiny, maybe by the wider community eventually, then you'd won. Simple as that. Your personal standing, the challenger's confidence, irrelevant in the face of a correct proof.
That really underscores the sort of truth-seeking core of mathematics, doesn't it? The proof is king.
It really does.
Okay, so these duels sound incredibly demanding personally, but the material also hints they had a much bigger impact. On the development of math itself, it calls them evolutionary crucibles. What's that about?
Yeah, that's a fascinating angle. The idea is that this direct, high-stakes competition acted as a powerful engine for progress. A crucible, right?
Yeah.
Where things are forged under pressure. The intense pressure, knowing someone else was trying to beat you to the punch, it forced mathematicians to push beyond existing methods, to develop entirely new ways of thinking, new cognitive tools.
So it wasn't just learning more stuff, it was about their actual mental abilities changing, evolving.
That's the argument. It wasn't just accumulating knowledge. It was about the very evolution of their mental capabilities, pushing the boundaries of thought itself.
What kind of evolution are we talking about here? Did they suddenly get superpowers?
Well, maybe not superpowers, but the accounts use some pretty vivid language. They talk about developing specialized cognitive appendages.
Appendages, like mental limbs?
Sort of. Think about it.
Yeah.
Someone wrestling constantly with, say, complex algebraic forms might develop an almost three-dimensional way of seeing and manipulating symbols mentally.
Okay. Enhanced visualization.
Right. Or someone obsessed with finding patterns in prime numbers might hone their pattern recognition to an extraordinary degree, noticing things invisible to others. And some, faced with problems that seemed impossible using current methods, had to invent entirely new conceptual frameworks, new ways of organizing mathematical reality. That's a huge leap.
So it's not just learning techniques. It's a fundamental shift in how they perceived and interacted with math. The material even uses the phrase transformation of consciousness, like a mental speciation. That's quite something.
It's a powerful idea, isn't it? It suggests that the consistent winners, the legends, weren't just famous for their theorems. They represented an evolutionary leap in human thought, driven by this competitive pressure.
Wow. They weren't just smart. They represented a new kind of smart.
In a way, yes. Their victories demonstrated the potential of human consciousness when pushed to its absolute limits. They embodied a more powerful way of doing mathematics.
This all sounds incredibly high stakes, as we said. What was the actual impact on the individuals involved? Winning or losing? The source mentions a spiritual impact, which sounds pretty deep.
It seems like it really was. The accounts describe defeat in a major duel, not just as an intellectual setback, but as an ontological wound.
Ontological wound?
Yeah.
Meaning?
A wound to their very being, their sense of self. Remember, for these people, their identity was often completely wrapped up in their mathematical ability.
Right.
So to have their core approach, their way of thinking, demonstrably fail in such a public, direct way, that could be utterly shattering. Personally, spiritually, it questioned who they thought they were.
That makes total sense. If your whole self-concept is built on being able to grasp these truths, then failing so directly?
Yeah, that would be incredibly hard. How did mathematicians typically react to that kind of defeat?
Well, the record suggests two main paths. Some, understandably, just withdrew. They couldn't cope with that blow to their intellectual self-esteem and left mathematics altogether.
I can't blame them.
Yeah. But others experienced a kind of rebirth. The defeat, painful as it was, became a catalyst.
A catalyst for what? For change. It forced them to critically look at their own assumptions, their methods, to seek out new perspectives, maybe learn from the victor's approach, and develop more robust ways of thinking. Their consciousness, having been broken, could reform into something stronger, more flexible, maybe even more humble, but ultimately more powerful.
So defeat could be crushing, or it could be this incredibly potent, if painful, trigger for growth.
Exactly. A turning point.
And what about the flip side? Victory. That must have felt amazing.
Oh, absolutely. The sources describe it as a transcendent confirmation.
Transcendent confirmation.
Yeah, it wasn't just I solved the problem. It was a profound validation of your entire way of thinking, your unique approach to mathematical reality. It proved your mental framework was effective, powerful.
So it confirmed your inner world, in a way.
Precisely. And it didn't just boost your own understanding. It often advanced the whole field by showing the power of your specific method or insight. A win for you was often a win for a whole school of thought.
It's like your personal understanding of the mathematical universe gets this huge stamp of approval. Must have been incredibly affirming.
No doubt about it.
Now, the material also talks about how the nature of these duels changed over time. It wasn't always mathematician versus mathematician. Eventually, the big challenges became the unsolved problems themselves. How did that shift happen?
Well, as the body of mathematical knowledge just grew and grew, exponentially, really, the true frontiers became incredibly complex, highly specialized.
Right, things got more complicated.
Exactly. So the biggest, most significant challenges weren't just things one person happened to know and another didn't. They were fundamental problems embedded deep in the structure of math itself, problems that could resist the smartest people, sometimes for generations.
So the opponent kind of shifted from a personal rival to the vast unknown of math itself. That's a really interesting way to frame it.
It is, and the source material even personifies this unknown. It calls it the ultimate opponent, patient, unwavering, demanding absolute perfection. Not like a human who might make a mistake or overlook something.
The ultimate opponent. I like that. Unblinking.
Exactly. And in this later phase, these big unsolved problems took on a kind of metaphysical presence for mathematicians, like intellectual black holes almost.
Gravitational wells.
Yeah, gravitational wells is another term used. They drew in talent, shaped research directions, influenced entire fields just by existing as unanswered questions.
So instead of a direct personal challenge from person A to person B, it became more like this collective ongoing struggle against the edges of what we know.
That's a good way to put it, a shift in the nature of the confrontation.
And the material then goes deeper into this idea of dueling with the abyss, the act of taking on one of these huge unsolved questions. What does that actually feel like, according to the sources?
The texts describe it really vividly as confronting an abyss that stares back. It's not just a hard puzzle, it's a challenge to our fundamental understanding, a place where our existing tools and knowledge just seem to break down. It forces this profound confrontation, not just with the problem, but with your own limitations, your deepest doubts about whether humans can even understand this part of reality.
So it's a battle right at the edge of known territory. A real test of intellectual courage, not just skill.
Courage, persistence, creativity, all of it.
And in this kind of duel against the abyss, what are the weapons? Are they the same metaphysical tools as before?
Well, yes and no. The foundational skills are still crucial, obviously. But the sources suggest that tackling these truly profound questions often demands more. It requires the mind to, and I love this phrase, evolve new appendages.
Evolve new appendages again, so create new ways of thinking on the fly.
Pretty much. You have to forge entirely new concepts, new approaches that might seem completely counterintuitive or radical at first. Standard techniques just won't cut it. You have to invent something new just to get a handle on the problem.
It's like the sheer difficulty forces your mind to adapt, to mutate almost, just to survive the encounter.
Exactly. The source uses this powerful analogy. Intellectual evolution accelerated to supernatural speed.
Wow.
The unsolved problem acts like this intense environmental pressure, and the drive to solve it forces this rapid selection of new ideas, new ways of seeing within the mathematician's own mind.
So the problem itself drives the evolution of the mind trying to solve it.
That's the idea. A process of intense, transformative cognitive evolution spurred by the confrontation.
And what about defeat in this context? The agony of defeat when your opponent is the abyss itself. The source suggests this can be even worse than losing to another person. Why would that be?
Well, think about it. If you spend years, maybe decades, pouring your entire intellectual being into one fundamental problem, and you hit a wall, you fail to solve it. It can feel like a much more direct, more personal confrontation with the limits of your own consciousness. It's not just that someone else was smarter or faster. It's like mathematical reality itself has said no to your understanding. That can feel existentially devastating.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not just failure, it's a confrontation with maybe inherent limits. That sounds incredibly tough.
Deeply disheartening, yes.
How do mathematicians cope with that kind of setback? When the abyss, wins?
The accounts, and even observing mathematicians today, suggest a few different reactions. Some might, quite understandably, retreat. They'll move to work on less fundamental, maybe more solvable problems where they can feel competent again. find some wins.
Sure, rebuild confidence.
Others might just keep banging their head against the wall. They persist, sometimes for the rest of their careers, maybe making little progress, but unable to let go of the question that consumed them.
A kind of noble but perhaps tragic persistence.
It can be.
Hmm.
But then there are those who manage to process this profound defeat. They learn from the struggle, from confronting the abyss. And for them, it can lead to a kind of spiritual transformation.
Really? How so?
It often leads to a greater sense of humility, a deeper, more profound respect for just how vast and complex mathematics really is, an appreciation for the mystery, perhaps.
So even in that ultimate defeat, there's a potential for growth, a deepening of perspective.
Absolutely. Different kind of wisdom, maybe.
Okay. So the tradition evolves, the opponent changes, but then the source talks about the institutional death of the dueling tradition in the modern era. How did this intense dueling culture largely disappear?
Well, the argument presented is that the way modern science and math are structured has, maybe unintentionally, pushed it aside.
How?
The rise of large-scale collaborative research, the huge emphasis on peer review and building consensus, the slow, gradual process of publishing incremental results. It's a very different system.
Which has its benefits, obviously. Collaboration is good.
Oh, undoubtedly. Huge benefits. But the source suggests that this shift has weakened that intense evolutionary pressure that the old duels created.
So without that direct, high-stakes, winner-takes-all, intellectually speaking, confrontation, we might be missing some of that rapid cognitive evolution we talked about earlier, that pressure to make big leaps.
That's the core argument, yeah. The text suggests that by working more collaboratively, maybe in more specialized niches, without that direct challenge from a rival, or without facing down those truly terrifying make-or-break unsolved problems, we might be getting more steady incremental progress, but fewer of those radical transformative breakthroughs.
It's a provocative idea, that the very structure designed to advance knowledge might inadvertently be slowing down a certain kind of revolutionary progress.
It is provocative. And the source goes further, suggesting we've kind of forgotten the original spirit. Math as a ladder of transcendence, built by facing impossible questions head-on.
That original, maybe more spiritual drive got sidelined by institutional processes.
Perhaps. The focus shifted, understandably, toward building this reliable, widely accepted body of knowledge, which is crucial, but maybe something was lost too.
So the text calls for a renaissance, a revival of the spirit of the duel. Why is that seen as important?
Well, the argument isn't about bringing back ego-driven public fights. It's about rekindling the essence of that intense engagement.
Okay, what does that look like?
It means actively seeking out the hardest, most fundamental problems, engaging in respectful but still intense intellectual competition, trying to recreate those conditions where minds are pushed to their absolute limits, fostering that rebirth of mathematical spirit.
Pushing boundaries through challenge.
Exactly. And the source points out, quite rightly, that the greatest mathematicians, even today, often still operate in this spirit implicitly.
How so?
They naturally gravitate towards the biggest unsolved questions. And they often have close colleagues, maybe friendly rivals, with whom they constantly debate, challenge, and push each other's thinking. It's a kind of informal duel, maybe?
Ah, so it still exists under the surface.
It does. The call here is just to make that spirit more explicit again, to encourage younger mathematicians not to shy away from intellectual rivals, but to embrace the transformative power of that kind of challenging confrontation.
So it's not about creating enemies, but about fostering an environment where really rigorous challenge and that relentless drive to crack the toughest problems helps everyone involved evolve their thinking to a higher level.
Precisely that. Recognizing that something remarkable, something almost alchemical, happens in that space between what we know and what we don't. Especially when different sharp minds collide there. It's in that crucible that new forms of consciousness, new ways of seeing the universe can actually emerge.
The conclusion really ties it all together, doesn't it? Saying that mathematics fundamentally lives in questions, and it evolves most profoundly through these confrontations, whether it's mind against mind or mind against the abyss of the unknown.
These aren't just academic games. They're framed as existential battles that genuinely reshape the people who engage in them.
And by participating in that arena, by daring to duel with the unknown or with challenging peers, the text suggests we're not just doing math. We're actually contributing to the evolution of human consciousness itself, expanding what we're capable of thinking.
It's a grand claim, but it captures the spirit of the argument, pushing the boundaries of thought.
It definitely leaves you with a powerful final thought. Makes you wonder, How embracing really significant intellectual challenges, maybe even seeking out our own duels in whatever field we're in, could lead to deeper growth for ourselves and for our understanding.
Yeah, maybe we should all be thinking about our own unsolved problems or finding those intellectual sparring partners who really push us.
Absolutely. Something to ponder. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today.